The issues surrounding Iran's nuclear program have a direct link to the complicated Iran-US relations over the last half a century. Iran's nuclear program was first launched in the 1950s with the help of the US. It was part of President Eisenhower's Atom for Peace program. In the 1960s, the Tehran Nuclear Research Center was established. At its heart, a US-supplied nuclear research reactor.
The policy of the United States to spread nuclear technology around the world, this was a case where it was suitable for the necessities of one of our most important trading partners.
But the attitude of the US towards Iran's nuclear program changed in 1979, when the Iranian Revolution toppled the Shah of Iran, followed by the US Embassy crisis in capital Tehran. Ever since, US-Iran relations have been in a downward cycle. The United States ended their supply of highly enriched uranium to the country in 1979. And during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, the US supported Saddam Hussein regime bomb reactors under construction in Bushehr. In 1995, Iran turned to Russia for help. The two nations signed a contract to resume work and restore the Bushehr plant. In 2003, after the US invasion of Iraq, Iran began a series of nuclear talks with the UK, France and Germany. In November 2004, the Iran Plus 3 talks resulted in the Paris Agreement, under which Iran announced a voluntary and temporary suspension of its uranium enrichment program. In 2005, Mohammad Ahmadinejad became Iran's new president. Under his rule, Iran removed seals on its uranium enrichment equipment.
The
West are not scared of the nuclear weapons. They're scared of our confidence. Iran will never give up its right.
Ahmadinejad's strong stance with regards to the country's nuclear program did not result in an immediate response from the US, then focused on the war in Iraq.
And America and Iran can be good friends and close partners in the cause of peace.
But this situation didn't last long. From 2006 to 2010, the US Security Council passed 4 resolutions to impose sanctions on Iran, and several more allowing sanctions extensions. In September 2010, Iran's nuclear facilities were hit by a cyber attack, with a virus affecting nearly 1,000 machines, and at least 5 top Iranian nuclear scientists have been assassinated since 2010. But despite all these pressures, Iran put its first nuclear power plant in Bushehr into use in 2011. In response, later the same year, the US and EU imposed another round of sanctions on Iran. In 2012, China and Russia issued statements calling for negotiations to solve the Iran nuclear issue. In 2013, Hassan Rouhani became the new president of Iran. In November of the same year, Iran and 6 world powers began to hold talks in Geneva, Switzerland. In these talks, Iran has agreed to make compromises so as to lift sanctions affecting its economy. However, as to what these compromises are, we are yet to find out. Nathan Rogers, CCTV.